So when you're 16 and then you watch porn, right? Do you foresee yourself watching the old
60-year-old
people porn?
Yes, 100%. In fact, now already I'm watching
So you
60-year-old porn.
How would you rate yourself out of 10? This is your daily catch-up.
You're 10. You're 10 to us. Boom.
If you're enjoying the Daily Catch-Up podcast and you're not subscribed, subscribe. Also like this video.
Try liking it with your fingernail, guys.
You know that more than 50% of our viewers are not subscribed.
I am
Get on it.
aware. Okay.
So scouring through HardwareZone, everyone's favorite forum that they don't actually own an account to. HardwareZone, right? There was a thread and this was the name of it, okay? So mid-30s, 6 out of 10 girls, she own self rate herself with $500,000, right?
500,000.
Yeah, sorry, 500,000 net worth, I assume is what NW means. But it's chronically FA. To which John and I were like, what does FA mean?
That John.
Because he know already.
And we found out that it means forever alone. So she's basically single. She's wondering why she's single because 6 out of 10 means she's above average according to her, and she has $500,000.
Because she's spending all her time on HardwareZone.
Perhaps. And so she created.
No, I mean that's the correct target market to have this conversation on where else do you go to, yeah.
That's true.
HardwareZone. So if you're a doctor next time, looking for a husband.
No. There was a period in Singapore's history where HardwareZone, right, is really people talking about computer parts.
Where it was respectable.
That's why it started off.
Yeah.
But then someone started the Eat, Drink, Man, Woman forum and then it exploded.
That one is Sammy Boy, bro.
No.
You
It's
just outed
HardwareZone.
I know.
This is
Sorry, I don't know anymore.
I don't know. I don't go to forums.
Okay.
Forums are ugly.
Hey, I love Reddit.
Yeah,
No, but Reddit is
a forum.
different. The interface not same.
Okay.
It's a forum-ish
Yeah.
lah. But anyway, so she created a poll asking people, is she single? Is she forever alone because she's either too rich, own self say one again? Too fat says ugly. Too fat slash ugly. Despite being she got disclaimer also. She said too fat slash ugly despite being a 6 out of 10 BMI 23 to 24.
That's quite healthy.
Yeah,
That's a great BMI.
exactly. Or too old. So she said that she's 33 lah. So then she created the poll, right? And the number one reason that people, 61% of respondents, right, said was because of the too fat, too ugly. The problem is that she didn't differentiate because fat can do something about it, but ugly.
No, but don't you think that when you
lose
lose weight, you automatically look better because you're more chiseled in your face also?
And
Subjective, fat is okay.
Given her existing physique, right, she rates herself a 6 out of 10. So how ugly can she be, right?
But usually people like to rate themselves 2 points higher than what they really are.
Really meh.
Like, how would you rate yourself?
I think like a
Without
solid 4.
Two.
why would you say that about yourself?
Why?
Okay, but so
Hey, I'm not implying that you're two, okay? I just wanted to game this question. I don't mean to be mean.
John
Sure.
kept saying you two, yeah. How would you rate yourself? Out of 10. Then everyone minus 4.
He's trying to say 20 already. His mouth.
My BMI not great lah. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, no.
yourself then.
Wait. Hey, touch your heart. Guys. We need to play touch your heart. How much do you rate yourself looks wise?
Okay, honest one.
Honest one.
We go one round.
If you think you nine, so be it. Okay, so be it. Some of us might laugh at you, but so be it.
Honest,
Okay,
own
okay.
it.
Okay, no laughing. Like, we must keep this face.
No.
No matter what I say, right, I'm gonna attack for that.
No,
Yes,
no,
you're all
no,
gonna
no.
jump for it.
No.
Okay.
Too much.
0 too much.
I think right, I'm a 6.
Okay.
I think 5 is the average Singaporean
Don't explain. Okay,
Chinese
you are
man.
6.
What does
You
that
are
person look
6.
like?
I think I'm like just a
No,
bit.
with cap or without your cap?
A bit.
Oh no! In fact, you should take out your cap.
Okay. No, I know I shave botak, I'm minus point. But,
lah.
but I don't really care about the yours.
Hey, we speak the truth.
Whatever, okay lah. 6 out of 8, next. Faster.
I genuinely think 4.
Oh yeah, correct. Next.
Oh my god, that's correct.
6.5.
I was going to say 6.5.
Both of you are 6.5.
But I think John's better looking at me.
No. I think that because I'm comfortable with myself already,
Really?
I added for myself. And I've met guys that would tell me that they're going through this whole forever alone thing. They really act like it. They act like they really want to be alone.
This OP, right? She said that she's been on dating apps since she was 23. She went on countless dates, and like they were just all not successful, right? Like the ones that she wanted didn't want her. The one that wanted her, she didn't want. And so it's been 10
So
years.
she has had choices lah. It's not that she got no choice.
It's just that tak match. Like the one that she want and the one that want her, never the same person.
Right. Do you all think there's such a thing as right person, wrong time?
Yes.
Yes.
Why? How can that be? Like, if it's the right person, do you not just make it work?
But if you don't have enough time and resources to make it work because it's the bad time for you.
Sometimes it depends, right? Like you might meet someone who really you connect to, like on a visceral level, emotional level, everything just fits, right? But maybe like they want to focus on their career at the moment and do not want to focus on love.
Then that's the wrong person already, right?
No, but everything connects. Like you both just get the same, they're completely on the same wavelength. The humor is correct. You both want the same things in life. It's just that she wants all those things 5 years later.
Yeah, so then the core aspect, or one of the core aspects of what makes a relationship work, is not there. So it's wrong person.
I disagree lah, but I see what you mean. I see what you mean in that the timing of it makes it whether the person is right or wrong.
To the point of looks, right? I want to say that like usually when you have a first impression, you don't know a person yet, right? You have an initial number, right? But once you get to know somebody and their personality, that number will change, right?
Yeah. I do believe that a person will look different as you get to know them more.
Yeah.
Do you think personally for yourself, your number goes up or it goes down after knowing you?
Oh, down for sure, yeah.
I would say up for sure.
Yeah, you are up.
Hey, thanks, man.
Wait, who
Wow,
here
that's
is
nice
who is
thing.
down?
I think I'm down because I think people have an impression of me because they've seen me on videos.
Oh, the expectation
Yeah,
too high.
they have an expectation of me.
Say, oh my god,
And I really
same.
live up. I really live up to it.
Yesterday I was at a sushi restaurant or some shit, right? Then the waiter recognized me. Then he was super excited to come and talk to me. Yeah. He keep leaning forward, like excited to engage, right? But I just like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to engage. Then after that, he then disappointed the rest of
But
the
he's
day,
not
sia.
being arrogant. He really is genuinely unlikable, guys.
Yeah, I'm just like that. But a lot of people don't see. Like we are performing here on a show. We have to talk, right? If
I'm
not, I
not
just
lah,
keep,
I'm not.
keep
I
quiet,
think
yeah,
I'm
man.
really like that.
I feel like I was
I
asking that
didn't
question because if she's talking about like she's wanted people that don't want her, right? Or that the vice versa, is it just because she didn't try to make it work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or maybe she's just too particular lah. Like she didn't lower her standards.
Yeah,
too much.
I wonder what her standards are.
So someone did ask, hey, but what's your criteria, right? And then she said, oh, criteria, okay, fine, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Must have plans with regards to career trajectory.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Ideally loves what he does and is passionate in his area of expertise, be it work or hobbies.
Fair enough.
Lower pay than me is okay. But the looks, around my height, not less than 2 cm, pleasant looking, average body, and hopefully can gym together to get healthy.
Sounds very normal.
So far,
Fair
so good.
request.
So far, so good.
But it's weird when the moment you write it down, huh?
Yeah, it's
Like
like
even the 2 cm one feels like, huh?
like why were you
I too short
thinking?
for you.
It's like as though you thought about it and suddenly you have like a particular criteria. Her values, right, is interesting. Can have sex after being in a committed relationship for a while and the chemistry is there. Basically, someone who
So it's
doesn't
before marriage, but in a
Right.
serious relationship.
exactly but how will you know as a guy that your sex drive won't suddenly just go down like after being in a committed relationship? Either way.
Wow, I feel like we need to unpack that later. Okay, anyway, let's go.
No, I'm saying it's just so hard to determine, right? Like speaking on behalf of a friend. No. Looking to get married. Looking date.
You know what? Let's just unpack it now.
Yeah, actually, really. I'm very scared. Like, I'm very scared that like if I get into like a very long-term committed relationship, right, that sex doesn't exist anymore.
Then you pull a Jada.
Oh.
No, you do like kind of lose a bit of sex drive over time, but I don't think it's about being in a committed relationship. I think you just get older.
Yeah.
I feel I'm too tired for anything.
Random. Can I talk about TikTok?
Yes.
So there's this comment section, like this person pinned, so his wife is behind him, right? And so there's a caption in the form of a quoted comment, and he says, it's more natural for men to want to seek multiple partners because that's just more scientifically the way humans are supposed to be. Yeah. And so his girlfriend or his wife asked him, do you believe in that? So he said, well, I believe in science. Are you saying you are a science denier?
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
To the science though, it is somewhat right. And I think whenever guys hear that fact, right, whether or not we agree or disagree, right, we can see where this piece of science comes from. Because you love someone, you know you love someone.
Yeah. But it is like monogamy is unnatural, ma. It is a human construct. Like most animals, like 99% of the species of animals don't really have that one partner except like some penguin and like some other species. Like they just
Something.
f around.
It's
It's
not my
about
favorite
reproduction.
animal is penguin.
Oh, what a save. Now you look good again.
No lah. But no, you look like a believer of science.
Correct. I think some other values that she had was that so looking to date to get married, looking to have kids, looking to share kids raising responsibilities, contingent on career.
Don't call John Paul anymore.
Wasted, yeah. The 500k pull me in, but the kid.
This is the last thing is very, very specific. Must be a loving, non-distant dad.
Oh. Sounds like she might have some.
Sounds like you have some
Personal.
problems with that also.
No go already.
Oh my god, she's literally looking for a transactional partner. It says here, her under character, right? Looking for one who is reciprocal by choice. But what it sounds like is transactional. Basically, that means that if I do one act of service for him, he will happily return the favor by doing something nice. It's quite.
As a kind
though.
human being would naturally do.
But you're counting, you're like very.
But she's saying here that she's trying not to calculate it, right?
Not exactly.
But I think it's an
She just said
interesting
reciprocal
thought.
lah.
I feel like this might come from a place of like experience.
One-sided
Whereby
relationship.
she feels like
Yeah.
that she's a giver in the relationship, which she doesn't mind giving because she enjoys giving. But it's just from time to time she hopes that she can receive. And you
Right.
try and word that down, right?
Yeah.
So reciprocal giving.
Back to her, right? And posting about this, right? It feels like based on the description alone, there are very clear indicators of certain things that she's looking for, right? That I feel are signs that I don't think she knows what a healthy relationship is.
What's one specific
You know what I mean?
example?
Do you? No, I'm not attacking you. I'm not attacking you. I'm just wondering.
Not
mini
really. Okay. I how do I put it? Like even the money aspect of it also, right? Like I feel a bit weird.
As in the kind of thing
Like
that
she's
she lists
focusing
about
on very
herself.
material aspects of a partner.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think to me, it's like I feel like she's setting herself up for failure by having all these different criteria, as opposed to meeting someone and then get to know them and just feel like, okay lah, let's just make this work, right? Because like quite a lot of these things you won't know until you date for like 5 years. Like must be a loving non-distant dad. As much as a guy can tell you that he's gonna be a non-distant dad, you don't know the reality of it in the
Right.
future, right? Or like being reciprocal over time, you also don't know how long that continues. So I feel
But
like
I think the point that John Paul brought up is quite interesting because in her kind of pitching herself, right, when asking why is she single, saying that she has all this money, she's like not that ugly, it's like this is what she perceives that people will think is attractive. You know what I mean? Which is why she's listing these things. But then does that mean her priorities are wrong? Because maybe it's not these things that are important, that are not what people are looking out for.
I empathize with her a lot, and I don't see that. I feel like, I mean, to your point, yes, she should go out and date, right? But I think she has reached the point whereby
She has dated.
He has yielded no results. We don't know whether she has gone on date 500 people, right? That she comes out and calls herself forever alone already.
no, but is it like my point of view is like whether or not she's gone on all those dates with this particular criteria in mind, or did this criteria come out of in result of the dates? Then that one I understand lah.
Okay.
But if she goes in setting out herself for failure, then of course these dates are not going well because you already set yourself the expectation.
Because she did also mention that those that she liked end up not liking her, right?
Yeah.
So
Is it because she's a 6 that trying to date an 8, for example, and the 8 doesn't want the 6?
and I'm very curious what her sex is here. Got people ask her to send picture, right? But then she never post.
yeah. The replies are quite
Post
crazy.
You post them, we rate. We see how.
Because I feel like it would be rather useful as an app.
What?
It's a
Like
dating
a
app.
bit dystopian.
No picture.
No, like just tell me what's wrong with me, kind of. Why can't I find a partner? In a way that's somewhat anonymous almost. Like, for example, this will be posted to another part of the, like if you're in the US, right? Nobody within your state will see. You know?
But then you are boiling it down to a very generic idea or conventional idea of what an ideal partner should be, ma.
I
But
feel
isn't
like,
that so subjective?
At least you know looks wise, I guess.
like I have friends, right, that
Right.
that come to me with the vibe of like they always think that, how come I'm always alone? Like I will never be able to find a partner, right? And then wow, okay. Is it I don't know whether it's like bad to say lah, but I welcome that you come to me for advice or for a listening ear.
No, people are going to stop coming to you now.
No, but they're like they're complaining, they're bemoaning the same thing.
Bemoaning is you. They bemoaning.
They be not.
Yeah, sorry.
And it kind of gets tiring when it comes to a certain point where it just feels very down. Like it feels like a downer to be around them because
be
they're
downers.
constantly thinking about like, hey, am I gonna be able to find a partner and all that, right? And then there's that whole idea of like, oh, you need to be a perfect person yourself, or like you need to fix yourself first before you can find a partner and all that.
Back to her point, right, on like being a downer, because you keep hearing these people saying about how they are single and then they cannot get into a relationship, right? I feel like it applies to not just dating but to other aspects of life also. There are some people who just keep complaining about their circumstance, but then they are not really doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Then after a while, right, you also sian to listen to these type of people, right? Sometimes you tell them the advice, they also never listen, right? Then
They're called assholes. yeah. People who ask you for advice, right? Then they either never listen or they do the complete opposite.
Wait, this is the actual term.
Like hip dictionary or like
slang.
something. Yeah.
No, but what if it's the vibe where like I have two choices, right? And then I ask you when you say one, then I feel like, actually maybe I don't want that one. Then you actually help me make the decision,
But this is if you have two choices.
Yeah. You know, I exploit that. Whenever people present me two options because they apparently cannot make a decision, right? I just go with the first one that they say. Then if they wanted the second one, they would have made up their mind. So I don't even think. I don't even weigh. This one is not that one.
So you're actually not helping them at all.
No, as in at the end of the day, I can't get you to like something.
Yeah.
You have to like something. I'm gonna tell you A.
I'm just going to tell you whether you like or not A or not. And then
unless one of it is shit ugly to me, which is rarely the case. Or some stupid things like, should I order chicken rice or wanton mee? Chicken rice.
Then
I feel like eating noodles. I got ate rice yesterday. Whatever lah. You want eat wanton mee? You go eat wanton mee lor.
But it's like it's not always that easy, right? It's not always like A or B. Sometimes they come to you and say like, for example, why am I so single? It's not like you're not dating high enough or another reason. It's there could be so many things that you can say to them.
So then do you think for this girl, right, if say all the other information, right, you throw out the f***ing window, but she's a 10 out of 10, you think she'll still be single? You think she'll have this problem?
Do you all know a 10 out of 10 that cannot get a date?
I actually
no,
know...
10 out of 10 is in pure looks, like she no brains.
Aesthetic lah. I know a 9 out of 10.
Same.
Okay? Who cannot. Really cannot. Yeah. Like personality wise, just something damn off about her.
Even for you? Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
No, actually this is an interesting dilemma. So there's a girl, personality and like chemistry with me, 6 out of 10.
Oh.
Looks, for me, 9 out of 10.
Hey.
Then the second girl is the opposite score. Oh. So who?
10 out of 9.
Who do you choose?
Okay. This is what you do on all our conversation and it's so annoying.
I don't want him to answer because he'll just choose the first option. But yeah, how do you choose?
So her looks is 6 out of 10, but like connection with you is 9 out of 10.
The chemistry, all that, yeah.
No, but you must think that looks will fade. But then what will not fade is her personality, hopefully. Don't know.
So you go with the personality, yeah?
Yeah. Maybe because I relate to being ugly.
Hey, Denise, don't break my heart like that. Okay.
You are amazing.
So much.
You are a winner.
Okay,
At which point did you determine that you're ugly? Like, you know what I mean? Like you grew up your whole life,
who
you're just, I'm a
told you
human
you're
being,
Just
right?
no lah, just in comparison, just I feel. No, but I'm not put down by it in any sense. I just objectively in comparison to all the other people I've seen.
It's quite surprising because you come across as someone who has a very decent like self-esteem.
Yeah, okay.
She does.
I don't care.
And it's interesting that despite you thinking that you're ugly, it hasn't affected your self-esteem.
Thank you.
I get what she means though. Like I can date a girl and be honest with her and tell her that she's a 6 out of 10. And then if another girl comes along and she's
You tell her she's a 6 out of 10.
I'm still single lah.
It makes so
No,
much
but do
sense.
you?
Yeah lah.
I think you're a 6.
He already plus
She
one
asked-
already. Nah,
Yeah,
kidding.
6. A few lah, got some 5 also lah, whatever lah. You average okay already? No, but
What a
for me
strong man.
5 and above okay. Like I don't really care that
Yeah,
much.
because that's correct. That's above average.
No, but also we all have different ideas of what a 6
Correct,
is, what
correct.
a 5 is also.
Yeah lah, but these people are dating me ma, so it's my 5 lah.
Fair
right?
enough.
Does it matter though? Okay, I'm done.
5 out of 10. Then if I see another girl come along and she's like 8 out of 10, objectively, right? She's an 8 out of 10 lah. Just because I like this person or this person is my partner doesn't mean that.
She's the most beautiful person.
Yeah. But I feel like some people cannot handle that shit.
Like there's a TikTok thing that went very viral, right? Would you rather kiss the most beautiful girl in the world?
Oh.
I answered it correctly, yeah. I didn't
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Nearly stumped.
Hey, you know how to answer or not? You know.
Yeah, you answer her because if you answer the other one, you get no kisses.
No.
Wrong.
No, correct. Because one is like hypothetical, but if you answer the other one, then at least you get.
No, you answer
Kisses.
her because to you she is the most
No,
beautiful
you-
girl in the world.
Damn it lah.
So
Okay.
either one is
Wait, let me
correct,
write this down.
The idea.
No, but going back to like rating, right? Like, are there scenarios where it's okay to lie to your partner?
Asking for a
if they ask you to rate their looks,
Like, if they ask, like not for my current relationship, right? But like, Just have to disclaim that out there.
Yeah,
Whether or
lah,
not
yeah,
it's
lah.
true or not.
I mean, that's hot. That's hot.
Yeah. So,
Wait, what?
It's okay, ah.
no, like pet as well.
Yeah, that's hot.
This is such a strange comment. I feel so weird.
Are we
No,
supposed
but
to
like,
agree? I
for
don't know
example,
what to do.
Yes.
if you
Okay,
had a
okay,
5
pet,
out of
pet.
10 partner and you were still single and she asked you how she looks like, is it okay to lie and say you're a 7 or an 8?
I think Pet lies to me all the time and I appreciate it.
What's the number?
No number.
Okay.
No, but then men
Yeah.
different ma. Like you
Yeah.
really care that much about your aesthetic, man.
Yes.
Like, if
I know
you
it
say
doesn't
you-
look like it, but I do. For example,
Actually, no,
it
I
might
think you
surprise
care
some of
quite-
you watching to know that my eyebrows are embroidered, you know.
It looks really natural.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So I think I personally went through that phase, right? Especially in early secondary school and in between girlfriends, right? That I always told myself, how can I make myself more lovable? And I went through that whole phase because I felt very unlovable. Yeah, so I really went through it. Like I really go in gym, I go and change my clothes. There was one time I remember I came to school, right? And I just like copied some Taiwanese movie or like how they in school and how they dress and tuck out their shirt, then they wear oversized tee. Then the fella was wearing kappa shoes, then I begged my mother to buy me kappa shoes. So expensive, like $49.
It's interesting how everything was physical for you.
Yeah, because I felt ugly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like I remember when Friendster first came out, then got bio. In your bio last time, right, you really write about yourself one, you know? And then I remember my bio, right, written in big letter, small letter, big letter, small letter, right, was fat and ugly boy.
Oh no.
I mean, now it's very cringe lah, you know what I mean? It feels like like shouting for attention.
You emo
which
kid,
in a way it was lah, in that sense, yeah. And I remember it was a cousin that would tell me, why do you describe yourself like that? Then I went through the phase of trying to do something about it. Not say I've gotten very far, but at least you try to whatever reasonable extent you can try. And I remember one time we have this colleague Oz, right? And his body damn nice. He's a professional lah. He's very high up on the amateur jiu-jitsu list. I can represent Singapore, that kind of one. When I first met him all those years ago, before he even worked here, I asked him, hey, can train me or not? Because his body really ripped. Back then, like I was paying him to do something. You know, so I thought the friendly thing to do, right, was just say, yeah, okay, one day you just go with me to the gym. And then we just don't make plans, You know, that would be how I would do it also lah. If obviously I'm not gonna train someone I just met for 4 days, right? And then he said no. And then he just said, because you know exactly what you need to do already, but you have no discipline to do it. Like that.
Wow.
And he told me that in a very, very nice way. He told me that in a very, very nice way lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought that's true. Like many people pay for a gym membership just to feel the pinch of not going to the gym.
The reason why I brought up that it was very interesting that when you felt unlovable, the changes that you mentioned were all physical. Because I remember being in that phase also, either like early secondary school or whatever, and I said like, I know of friends who are super likable, either they're damn charismatic or like they always come out with the best comebacks or they're funny or whatever. And I was thinking like, how can I be more like them, right? And I realized that
Same. I also had that one.
I always be in situations that I would go, what would this person say? Because they were really amazing. They were these three, I mean like, some of their episodes were a little bit questionable, but they were these three super average looking guys. There was one good looking guy, but the rest were all average looking. And he managed to get all these girls'
below
numbers.
average, I must say.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It was very impressive and it was all confidence.
You know these things are happening in Singapore. Like I met I met up with Liz the other day and she was just telling me she was at Ion and I had 2 or 3 other friends all kena already. She was at Ion and at MRT station. They exited one station, then that person dropped a pickup line on her. Try and get her number, right? And then she just walked to the other side of the MRT station. Another guy came, dropped the same pickup line, trying to get her number.
Maybe someone's going through a course. Like there's
Yeah.
someone's giving a
and all this, there are these courses in Singapore. And then after that, there's like 2-hour practical. You just go.
I thought they're trying to sell her personal info.
Yeah, they are just trying.
I thought they're trying to get her email and phone and they can sell.
But that's why they're doing the same tactics.
Scams everywhere. Hey, but wow, got pickup class in
Speaking of
Singapore.
scams, yeah.
No, there was a
you
very
wanna go?
good.
Try
Did you watch the show called Keys to the VIP? I don't know if I mentioned this before. Like basically, it was a YouTube series, right, I think, where 2 guys would go against each other to see how many numbers they can get from a girl's from a club. How many numbers from girls they can pick up, and then the one who wins goes to a VIP section of the best club in Canada or whatever. And so like, there's this Australian guy, right, who got the most number ever, right? Because he just went around asking, doing a survey and say, hey, do you want to do a survey? Okay, finish. Can you please put your name and number here?
No, so the other point is also that she's 33. So like, at what age do you expire, right? Like, in terms
true
of
though,
the
it's true
dating
though.
world,
Real
no,
talk,
like
real talk.
men,
Yeah,
women,
yeah,
whoever, right?
Yeah, real
yeah.
talk.
Because like, I also entering my 30s as a single person, right?
But as a guy though, that's a huge advantage.
Really, yeah.
feel like
Women
guys
got
have longer
biological
legs.
clock, ma.
I'm thinking how young can I go?
Like legally,
topic, though.
legally,
It's a
yeah.
real thing.
It's divide by half plus 7. Divide by 2 plus 7.
20.
No, but is it like, okay, let's say you are 60, right?
22.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think I asked this question in our group chat.
Why?
So when you're 60 and then you watch porn, right? Do you foresee yourself watching the old
60
people
year old porn?
Ah.
Yes, 100%. In fact, now already
really?
I'm watching
So
60
you
year old porn. Wait, you're not? I'm getting ready for old age.
No.
no lah. Sometimes. But
No. So
I
for-
sometimes watch old men.
like going to the nature of where your question was going to go, right? Do you
Yeah.
watch people who are now 30-year-old in your porn, or do you still watch like young people porn?
you gotta check the age, man.
No,
No
but
lah,
you can tell. You can tell. It's not.
But the
what their
guys
age
are
is.
in their 30s.
So you can relate. That's me.
So he is doing 18-year-old. Who am I to judge it? I don't know how old she is.
I feel like there was like a NUS whisper or something about this. I'm not sure. But then this girl was saying that she found her boyfriend or husband jerking off to pictures of her of her younger self.
Right.
Like young photos of
Wait,
the
why
wife.
he laugh until like that?
Younger photos of the wife, but not a child. I think
Like
it's
how
like
young
teenage
is it?
years or like
Still underage.
maybe I think so.
Hey, come on lah.
But so is that an issue though? Because it's still her, ma.
I think it depends whether the partner finds it an issue. I think it's one
okay,
of those.
would it be an issue for you?
No lah. I mean, okay, depends on how young. Because if it goes some more younger, right, then that's pedophilia, then that's an issue, right?
Actually, the correct question to ask is if we did it to our current partners now with their teenage photos,
Yeah.
Can
will
you?
we tell them or not? Or do we feel like we need to hide it? If we need to hide it, it means something is wrong, right?
Yeah.
You'll hide it.
I wouldn't do it, but if I did, I would hide it. Because it's
Why?
weird.
Why
lah.
would you
I
hide
think
it?
It's weird. lah.
To be turned on
I don't
by
think
the
it's that weird.
visual of an adolescent
Okay.
to begin with is weird.
I
No,
would.
let's say she's 19. Of your wife. Let's just say just nice on the nose lah.
Like
Let's
that
say
was
she's
her
19.
prime lah.
But she's 29 now, yeah. Or she's like 35 now.
No, but like, okay, again, I wouldn't shade because it makes it sound as though you found her
More attractive last time.
younger. Yeah.
Right.
No, but it's you found her attractive at all ages. Because now you still have sex with her, ma.
it's a great
That's
point.
a great save, which I will keep at the back of my mind if I ever find myself in the situation. But I also feel like I wouldn't mind if my partner looked at my younger photos because I feel like I was cuter back then.
But if 30 years later from now, then you find Nat doing it to photos of you much younger when you are like 50, 60, right? Is that still the same mindset that you have?
Question.
Yeah, like 19-year-old you, right?
The quality of the material matters to me.
What you mean, like the pixelation?
Resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally
like
high
the
res,
color,
high
does it
res.
look a bit superior like that? You know?
Oh, so okay. So the reason why we're talking about it is because we're talking about lying to your partner, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I found interesting was that, like, do people lie to their partner about masturbating or like
Like how often?
masturbating to porn? You know what I mean? Like watching porn.
Oh, I feel like two separate things.
It's just like what kind of porn you watch? Is it?
Like, what's the weirdest thing you watch? Serial. What's the weirdest thing you've ever intention? Don't like.
It's illegal
like,
though.
Nugget just come out and you just go right like. Nugget porn. Not those kind of accidentally watch for curiosity, that kind of shit. No. You really rub one out.
So as if it wasn't successful, it's not counted.
No. No. The intention to.
You tried.
Wow.
Nugget lah.
Wait, two of them. Two
Oh,
of
damn
them.
annoying, yeah.
How does it work?
No,
Two
it's
of
one
them.
nugget. So
One needs to be able to facilitate.
What is the proper respectful term for this?
that means like it's a person with no limbs.
No limbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. But like I think on a higher level, on a different level, right? Like, would you lie to your partner about watching porn, or would you lie to your partner about like masturbating?
Interestingly, this was like a conversation that I was having with my friend like a while back, right? About watching porn in a relationship. That like, so if her partner is watching, is she okay with it? Especially cause like Christian and everything, ma. So interestingly, as they get into a more serious relationship, she is less okay. You know what I mean? So like at the start, right?
Right.
She's more okay with it, but eventually, like if they are committing to a relationship and all that, then she prefer that like her partner not be looking at someone else's body lah.
Do you think it's potentially because it affects the sex life of the relationship?
I think it's just who you are fantasizing about in a sense.
Wow, that's quite toxic to think of though.
Yeah.
Why leh?
Because you're trying to control somebody else's actions, behaviors, whatever.
There'll
To me-
only be one outcome. The partner lies to you.
But is that healthy though? Or can you have a conversation about it to kind of differentiate that there is sex, like there's lust and sexuality and all this kind of thing which you own self settle on, and then there's sex within a relationship,
The expression
like
of
the
love.
intimacy and all that.
Yeah.
Intimacy and all that. Yeah, it's two separate things.
How does it divide though? Like where, Like, how do you decide? Oh, this is a myself thing and this is a with you thing.
No one else involved for you're just alone.
But then you need material though, right? So you are either watching or having some form of like catalyst that is of another woman, right? Then is that not in some form emotionally cheating?
Is it though?
What the?
No.
Do you
I'm
even
just
know the
I'm just like
Do you even know the fella's name though?
yeah, because I can imagine being a partner who may be jealous, right? Because I feel like if you are if like sex is, say for example, a guy masturbates and there's only so much ejaculation you can do in a day. If you're masturbating by yourself, you're not going to be having sex with me, ma.
Right.
So then,
No, I think that's one of
unfair?
the key reason why the church doesn't encourage masturbation.
Right.
It affects procreation.
It might become a problem if the content that you're jacking off to, right, is something a little bit weirder than porn.
Your kind lah.
Your partner's friend's Instagram pictures.
Yeah.
That kind, I think okay. No, that one cannot lah, right?
That one cannot say yeah.
But also cannot.
Yeah, cause it's like very weird. What if your partner's friend is like on OnlyFans or whatever?
Yeah,
And then that is just
it's too close
it's
already.
material, ma.
Yeah.
But it's too close to home already, I guess. Yeah.
Man, what if the friend is really
But you're
hot
single,
though?
right? You
Then
can
you
jack
go
off to
date that
anyone you
friend
want
lah.
to.
Okay, okay. What if you were jacking off to this person before you got together with your partner?
Then after that you stop
Oh, you jack off to the same piece of content multiple times. Interesting.
No, OnlyFans account they keep uploading, right?
Oh,
It's who you follow and subscribe to, right?
Content
Right.
creation.
Actually, no, you got the account.
Actually, right, if before you got together,
Never log in.
if you got together before you got together with your partner, right, and you were jacking off to her, right, would you tell her after you guys get together?
Oh, you get together with the person you were jacking off to?
Yeah. Would you tell her? Do you think that is hot or do you think that's weird?
I think I confirm that one. To me, everything honesty one.
It feels like it can
No,
come
lah,
up
but
in a
what-
quite
what-
casual
what
conversation though.
is this,
Like it's
yeah?
unnecessary, you know. Like
This
she
doesn't
never
come
asked.
out what?
No, it can come out at what point do you start being attracted to me?
When I started.
Jacking off to you.
No, that's not a casual conversation. You're covering your mouth.
No, but that could be how you found her to begin
It
with.
just click in my head.
Then you
Yeah.
find her so attractive that you feel the need to text her.
I don't want to skew the impression, but I also feel like some people are experts in different fields. So
How important is it then that how quickly do you introduce the person you're dating to your friends?
Immediately.
same. I feel like it's very important for me, like how my friends view my partner.
Wait, so if your friends start saying that I don't think she's a nice person,
Not partner yet, dating. Do you introduce? Dating also introduce.
Serious dating lor.
Like just before becoming girlfriend, boyfriend, lah.
Right,
Like
right,
around
right,
that
right.
stage.
I would meet my parents all one eh.
Oh,
Before
that's
I
quite
become
fun.
girlfriend. Yeah, come for dinner.
Right.
I like this girl. Can I bring her for dinner?
But is that your barometer, like getting along with your parents? Like that's important to you, lah, right? That's
My
why-
mama specifically.
Mm.
But then again, my mom gets along with everybody, so it's quite a stupid test. I just need to do it, but I cannot get past
No,
it.
because you know that if the girl really cannot get along with your partner,
She must
it's-
really.
Ah.
Then where's my mom?
Oh, shit.
I can't add this. I
that
can't
picked
add
up
this.
in this mic, lah.
No, because I have a very I don't really care whether you are introduced to my parents or not. It doesn't mean anything to me. So some the moment
would guess that
like
of
when
you.
I date a girl early or whatever, you come over lor, you know.
But
Like,
friends,
this is my father or this is my mother or like whatever. It doesn't mean anything to me. But sometimes it means a lot to the other person, right?
Yeah.
So they want to know. They want to have some sense of certainty before they introduce you to their parents, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Then I feel like it's a very unnecessary build up of like pressure. Because in the end, I'm also not going to set myself up to go and overly impress your parents, right? I'm just going to be who I am, lah. But then when they build it up, right, then it becomes very annoying. Because I think in their own heads also sometimes it's like, wow, shit. Then by the time I'm sure and I want to introduce you, it has to be it has to be solid, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel the exact same way. I'm that bitch you're talking about.
Huh.
Yeah, exactly that.
Can tell.
It shows.
If I ever introduce the person I'm dating to my group of friends or whatever, right, they have to be able to hold their own. Go and
Yeah,
make
yeah,
friends with these people, you know? Like if you're gonna awkward, then I have to facilitate everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's also a reflect if my partner is expecting me to make friends with, like to be suddenly be part of the group altogether.
Because that's why I say I'm the bitch. I'm the exact.
So you all expect your partner to... No, I think the starting, introduce a bit, then like
and then a
add them
couple
to
of
the
catalysts
conversation.
here and there lah. Cause
Yeah.
I personally get very annoyed right when somebody bring their, usually it's a boyfriend right, to the
Okay, got a lot of girlfriends.
No, as in, because usually the girlfriends don't annoy me.
Yeah.
Like bring the boyfriend, and then obviously that guy also want to integrate and show her that I can, and so it becomes a little bit irritating because he keeps they try very
He bro
hard.
you.
Yeah.
They try very hard. Yeah.
Or like sometimes if it's like a group of girlfriends, right? Then like you are the boyfriend. Then there's another boyfriend that comes in, right? Then suddenly you are both the alphas, like trying to out-alpha each other. I've never been in this situation.
I'm not
I
like
don't know.
that. I don't really care about that.
But yeah, no, I think to go back about like my example, right? Like I think it was very important for me and Ned. I mean, we never really talk about it, but like to kind of like be this. You have your friends, I have my friends, so that I also want to be able to hang out with my friends by myself.
Yeah.
And I want to know that you will have
Friends to hang out with.
friends to hang out with also. But we definitely will get along when we both all like mix together. So I think that was very important for me.
Yeah, I think it's very beautiful what you're currently having.
Because it took me very long to realize this. Like I think there was one entire year, right, where I think my friends did feel like I suddenly disappeared. Because I just got together with Ned, and suddenly now when they were asking to like go out, I was like saying no. But it wasn't that she didn't let me out or anything like that. I just didn't want to like let her be alone on the weekend or something like that,
Right.
you know. So then it was just I had to make up for that friendship, and then I needed to spend time alone with them without having to bring that.
People love coming to me for relationship advice, like not knowing that I've been in any relationship whatsoever.
You come across as a really good listener and very wise person.
But then,
You do.
having not been in any relationship, how can I be giving advice to people who are facing problems in one? Like I've never experienced it, it's just from my brain, like my deduction, you know.
Because maybe it feels like you'll be a good listener because nobody actually wants advice.
Mm.
They want support.
Of course, I
They
got
want a
time. I
sounding
got time
board.
to listen to them. is
Okay,
it?
then right. But then, do you also think that like there are a lot of couples who like to give single people advice?
Unsolicited or
Both ways, yeah.
I feel like that's the
unsolicited or not.
higher age group one.
Which I think is to some point quite annoying. Because like just because you're in a relationship, right, doesn't mean you understand
Yeah.
all of relationships, right?
You have figured out how to work 1%.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
like
I
it
don't
does
give fertility advice. Go get yourself checked, guys. I say this to everybody.
No, but it does come across that there are some couples that feel like they suddenly achieve more just because they're in a relationship. Like they
Yeah,
look
yeah,
down
yeah,
on
yeah,
single
yeah.
people.
Right.
Even though there's no need for that.
Like if you're in a relationship, you're automatically qualified to give single people advice because there is such generic advice that applies to everyone, no matter how different each relationship is, ma.
Is there though? I could be looking for things that are completely different. Like my needs of in a partner could be completely different from somebody else,
No,
man.
but
I
who's not
believe-
looking for communication though?
Some people. Or it looks different. Communication, but it looks completely different.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
like we've heard enough from JP of what he's looking for that is a little bit
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
unconventional from
Like, I have a
other
lot of
relationships.
single girlfriends. I hear him talk about what he wants from a partner. No one comes
Sorry,
close.
cannot intro.
No one
Because
comes
I'm not
close.
looking for a single girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure not.
Hide your wives.
Talking about like asking for advice from relationships, right? And even just talking about your relationships, like something that my friend also shared with me before is that like whenever you talk about your relationships to your friends, most of the time when you're talking about your partner, it's generally negative. Like because it's like a problem that you have, then you open up to your friend and ask them for advice, right? So that gives your friends actually a little bit of a negative impression
Yeah.
of your partner, right? Because like you wouldn't really go out to like be like, oh, my partner's f***ing amazing, man.
Yeah.
That just sounds like you're bragging to everybody else.
So most of the time they actually only hear negative things about your partner.
Yeah.
That's actually quite
So isn't that quite unhealthy to talk about your relationship?
No, but whether or not you only hear negative things, if those negative things are clearly red flags, then it's red flags. What? Why does it matter or not whether I'm hearing positive things? Just because he has these certain positive things doesn't mean he doesn't have this red flag, ma.
But you have a very biased opinion of him, or like impression of him.
It's true though.
I see what you mean, and I think that's why for me, right, like it's not a disregard for my friends or anything like that. Like, I love my friends, right, but I do pick and choose who I go to for certain advice. So like when it's certain advice when it comes to like career or something like that, I know that these are my friends I want to go to, and then when it comes to like say relationships, I have another set of friends that I go to.
I got certain friends that I
Then
just
how?
cannot with. But I mean,
Say their name.
no, I just don't go already.
Right.
Hey guys, so we're adding a new section at the end of every episode where we respond to some of your comments, questions, feedback, responses. So if you have any questions for us, just leave them down in the question
In the comment section.
lah, and we'll respond to them.
So that we can continue the discussion beyond the episode.
Huh?
Oh,
On the July 13th episode, where we really tried to talk about a lot of different things in one episode, Ng Y Yan said, "Will there be a Mandarin podcast?"
There'll be
Sorry.
about like 10 words that from here.
No, so we've thought about it before, right? Like a lot of people asking us for like subtitling also for
Yeah.
so that y'all can understand or we can reach like a different demographic audience. But expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also think that for us to converse in Mandarin and
It
touch
won't
on the
be
same
us
subjects.
lah.
It definitely won't be
a
us.
different group of people already. Yeah.
It'll be the niece and her mum, and
Wow.
Because you always say
a
your mum.
podcast with my mom stress, yeah.
I think we'll
Yeah.
break a lot of new ground.
It's
And
just
I
gonna
already-
be her.
We already struggle so
And then
hard
you crying.
No, we already struggle so hard to articulate our thoughts in English. Right? You ask us change language. Oh, shit.
Monolingualism.
Yeah, but we are testing out subtitling services, so you can look forward to subtitles in English and in various languages in Southeast Asia.
We will update you guys on another episode. So July 8, 2021, the episode was about Is Divorce the Easy Way Out? Mr. Guisho 2 said, counter question, is there still a point to marriage if couples, married couples in particular, no longer have additional benefits compared to non-married couples, i.e. like the right to declare oneself as a family during hospital visits, tax claims, housing grants, legal reasons, etc.
Wow, that's a tough question.
That's
Because
true. What is the point of marriage?
it's just to... I feel like I kind of think of it as like baptism in a sense. It's like everybody already know, you're just declaring that this is confirmed.
But it doesn't stick on. I'm baptized 3 times.
What?
Yeah.
In the same church or different churches?
Different.
Like different
All the
denominations?
different water also.
You just
Got
going
the
for
sea
bath,
type,
is
got
it?
the bathtub one, got all the different one.
The
All
C one also.
tam. Also in the end,
Still sinful.
Antichrist, yeah.
So marriage will end in divorce. That's your point, is it?
Correct.
So it-
The significance you pack to it, that is what
Yeah,
the
it is
value
what you
is of
say
your
it
marriage.
is.
Yeah.
Some people see it as an achievement, right? Getting your first job, getting your first car, getting your first house, and then getting married.
Yeah.
That's just like something that they've planned, and then they just want to hit that
Like,
milestone. No?
like I feel like I have friends that think that I'm quite a put together person.
You are.
Yeah, so no.
Case in point.
But I don't think so, you see.
Right.
And one of the things is like, you already married. There's like, like that to
That is
me-
the benchmark.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it will cost more. It
It's
will
like
be
$100
more
to
of
get
a
married.
deal breaker. Say for example now, right? Even if I don't really want to get married, but I can clearly see the practical reasons in getting married, right?
Yeah.
Then I will go for it if my partner really wants it, lah. But then in the sense where there isn't all these benefits, my partner wants to get married, but I really don't see the point. Will that
that's me.
become a greater cause of conflict?
No, but don't you think it's interesting that getting married, right, can actually work against you? So, like for example, you're together with a partner for a very long term, and then you end up breaking up, right? You want to find another partner, it's easier. But if you get married because you decided that's a life achievement or whatever, and then you break up, now you're a divorcee and no one wants to date you.
No,
I mean,
actually-
it's overgeneralization, lah.
Hard to say. Actually, some people say that. Like,
must be you. You're into this shit, aren't you?
no, there's because
non-singles.
right, you've been in that commitment, so you're actually a lot clearer of what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then date the divorcee.
It makes you more dateable.
yeah.
I feel
Just no
like-
children.
Suddenly all the criteria talk about. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Daily Ketchup podcast. If you like what you watch, remember to like the video, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Really, really thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you guys.
Bye bye. Bye bye.